Hello viewers, how are you? I am Rasho Kadabas here with you for the discussion on the topic how to set boundaries in relationship and stay true to yourself. For this for this discussion, here is artificial intelligence with me. Artificial intelligence, what does setting boundaries in a relationship mean to you?
Setting boundaries in a relationship basically means defining what's okay and what isn't for you, kind of like drawing a little personal line so that both people know each other's comfort zones. It's all about making sure you feel respected and that your needs are understood.
Okay, why are personal boundaries important for emotional health?
Well, personal boundaries are super important because they help protect your emotional well being. They kind of act like a guise that you don't overstretch yourself or feel overwhelmed. When you have clear boundaries, it helps you maintain healthy relationships and it makes sure that both you and the other person know what to expect.
Okay, how can boundaries help maintain self-respect in relationships?
Boundaries actually help you maintain self respect by letting you honor your own needs and values. When you communicate what you're comfortable with, it reinforces your sense of self worth because you're standing up for what matters to you. And in return, it encourages others to respect you as well, which keeps a relationship much healthier and more balanced.
How do you recognize when a boundary is being crossed?
Absolutely. It's all about creating a space where you feel valued and understood. Let's keep going if you've got more thoughts on this.
Okay, what are some common challenges in setting boundaries?
Yeah, so some common challenges people face when setting boundaries can be things like the fear of upsetting someone or worrying that you'll come off as rude or unkind. A lot of people also struggle with guilt, or they might just not be used to asserting themselves if they're more used to being accommodating. It's definitely a skill that takes a little practice.
Okay, how can you communicate your boundaries effectively without causing conflicts?
Yeah, absolutely. Setting boundaries can sometimes cause a little bit of conflict because not everyone is used to them or they might not react well in the beginning. But honestly, a little bit of friction is pretty normal and it's usually just part of the process of teaching others how you want to be treated.
Okay, how do boundaries differ in romantic, uh, familial,
Well,
and professional relationships?
yeah, for sure. I mean, boundaries in familial relationships and professional relationships can have their own unique challenges. With family, you might feel a bit more emotional pressure just because there's so much history and closeness there. And in professional settings, there's a need to keep things respectful and maintain that balance of teamwork. But overall, it's all about the same principle, just making sure you're clear about what you need in each type of relationship.
Okay, how can saying no be empowering in maintaining boundaries?
Saying no can really be empowering because it lets you take charge of your own time and energy. It's like giving yourself permission to prioritize what matters to you and not overcommitting yourself. So every time you say no when you need to, you're basically reinforcing your own boundaries and showing yourself that it's okay to protect your own well-being.
Okay, how can empathy and compassion coexist with strong personal boundaries?
Absolutely. Empathy and strong boundaries can totally coexist. It's really about understanding where someone else is coming from while still honoring your own limit. So you can be compassionate and listen to others while also being clear about what you need. It's kind of like a dance between being considerate but still standing firm, and they definitely can go hand in hand.
Okay, how do cultural or societal norms influence person boundary settings?
Oh, cultural and societal norms definitely play a big role in how people set boundaries. In some cultures, there's a strong emphasis on community and collectivism, which might make people more used to blending their needs with the group and maybe being a bit more accommodating. In other societies that are more individualistic, personal boundaries might be more strongly emphasized. So it's really interesting how these norms shape the way we navigate our relationships.
Okay, how can you handle guilt or fear when asserting boundaries?
Well, handling guilt or fear when you're setting boundaries is really about reminding yourself why those boundaries are important in the first place. It can help to acknowledge that those feelings are normal and then gently refocus on the fact that you're doing this for your own well-being. It might take some practice, but over time you'll find that those feelings start to ease up as you get more comfortable with asserting yourself.
Okay. What role does self-awareness play in identifying your limits?
Self-awareness is really at the heart of it all. It's what helps you understand where your comfort zones are, what situations might drain your energy, and when you need to say no. So basically, the more in tune you are with yourself, the easier it is to recognize and communicate your limits to others. It all starts with that bit of reflection and getting to know yourself better.
Okay. How boundaries contribute to healthier and more balanced relationships?
Oh, they make such a big difference. Boundaries really help create a space where both people can feel respected and understood. When you know where each other's boundaries lie, it's easier to avoid resentment or misunderstandings, and it just makes the relationship more balanced because everyone knows what to expect and how to show up for each other in a healthy way.
Okay. What strategies help enforce boundaries consistently?
And great strategy is simply being consistent and clear in communicating your boundaries. So being direct but also kind when you let people know what you need is really helpful. And then following through is important too, because the more you reinforce those boundaries, the more others will understand and respect them. It just takes a bit of practice and patience.
Okay. How can boundaries be adjusted as relationships evolve?
Absolutely. As relationships change and grow, your boundaries might need a little adjusting. It's kind of natural for things to shift over time. So it's always a good idea to check in with yourself and maybe with the other person too and see if anything needs to be updated or tweaked so that things stay healthy and balanced.
Okay. How do you respond when someone respectedly uh, disrespect your boundaries?
Yeah, it can be challenging when someone doesn't respect your boundaries, but it's really important to reaffirm them. You can let the person know calmly that these boundaries are important to you and that you'd really appreciate if they could respect those limits. And if needed, you can also remind them why those boundaries matter. Sometimes people just need a gentle reminder and hopefully they'll come around.
Okay. How can boundaries help protect your mental and emotional well-being?
Oh, boundaries are like a protective shield for your mental and emotional well-being. They help you carve out the space you need to recharge, to focus on yourself, and to avoid burnout. Basically, they let you set limits on what you're comfortable with, which can reduce stress and help you maintain a healthier, more balanced life.
Okay. How do boundaries relate to trust and mutual respect in relationships?
Boundaries really do foster trust and mutual respect because when each person knows what's important to the other, it sets a tone of respect for each other's needs and limits. It shows that you're listening and valuing one another, and that builds a foundation of trust. Over time, that can make the relationship feel more secure and respectful for both people.
Okay. Uh, how can technology and social media impact personal boundaries?
Oh, technology and social media really can blur the line sometimes. It's so easy to be constantly available or to feel pressured to respond right away. So it's important just to set some digital boundaries too, like deciding when you'll check your messages or how much time you want to spend online. That way you can keep a healthier balance and protect your own personal space.
Okay. How can reflection and journaling help clarify your boundaries?
Reflecting or journaling can really help you tune into what's working to you and what's not. It giving you that space to think about your feelings, your experiences, and to notice any patterns where maybe you felt uncomfortable or stressed. And once you see those patterns, it's easier to figure out where you need to set a boundary or reinforce one.
Okay. How do boundaries help create a space for authentic self-expression?
Well, boundaries are really about giving yourself the freedom to be who you are without feeling pressured to be someone else. When you set healthy boundaries, you're essentially saying, this is who I am and this is what I need. And that creates a space where you can express yourself more authentically because you're not constantly bending or compensating in ways that feel uncomfortable. It just allows you to be genuine and true to yourself.
Okay. Thank you, AI. Allah Hafiz.
You're so welcome, and it was great chatting with you.